Welcome back to this week of All the Things Music, the podcast.
Guess what, guys? You're stuck with us today. No guest, but you get to hear about all the things related to music for us from quarter one of the year.
I actually can't believe that the first quarter of the year is already over.
I, I, yeah, where did the first part of the year go?
I feel like January felt like 10 years and then it just flew by.
March was like about 3 seconds, and January was about 3 years
Pretty
from
much.
my perspective.
And February was just kind of I don't really know what happened in February.
Yeah. I don't know who I am.
Literally, that's how I feel. But today
Um,
we're gonna be highlighting albums of Q1, shows that we both went to, and vinyls or CDs, like physical media that we've gotten.
yeah. Um, yeah. The music industry in quarter one is usually pretty quiet, but we spice things up. We make it interesting.
Somehow I was going through when we were gonna do this and I was like, I don't think I really bought that many vinyls for Q1. To be fair, not all of mine did I buy in Q1, they just all came in Q1.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, so this is I was like, I have a problem.
Yeah,
But it's
but that's okay. Should we start with song and merch of the day since
yes, let's do it.
you can go first this time?
Okay, my merch of the day is the front of it is a little bit plain, but it's my Five Sauce 10-year anniversary shirt. You can't really tell, but it's got the cool graphic on the back. And I decided to wear this today because I'd never wear this one and I wanted to give it a moment to shine. So that's my merch of the day. And my song of the day is probably Scream Drive Faster by Laurel because I'm going to see her. So
When this goes up, you will have already seen her.
no, yeah. As I'm recording this, I'm about to go see her.
Yeah, you sent that song to me yesterday, and I was like, "Ooh, this is
It's
good. It is a bop." Um, I've been debating on my song of the day, so actually, I'll do my merch of the day first because it requires less thought. I have selected my Nostalgia for a Time That Never Existed um, hooded sweatshirt today because, yeah, I have the crew neck too. Um, but feeling nostalgia for Nostalgia Tour, and we are approaching the 1 year anniversary of Boy, which is one of our faves from last year. So
which is
that
also
was,
Abby's birthday.
yeah. Um, and then, okay, my song of the day. I'm gonna go with I'm really thinking about this because I listen to so much music. I'm gonna go with um a somewhat depressing choice, but I'm gonna go with Gracie Abrams' Death Wish live from the O2. Um because she put that out of nowhere, and it's really, really good.
She put crack in that one.
She did. Did I cry the first time I listened to it? Yeah,
Yes.
but
And then
it's fine.
probably the few times after that as well.
Yeah, but it's okay. But yeah,
That's that was a contender for me as well.
yeah, it's a good one.
Okay, what should we start with? Concerts, albums, or vinyls?
Let's start with vinyls because it's a little bit more labor intensive. And then
Okay.
we can do albums and then shows.
Okay, are we switching back and forth on vinyls or are we gonna go one at a time?
Let's go back and forth. How many do you have?
One, two, three. Oh God. 9.
Okay, to be fair, I have seven plus assigned CD, so I guess I shouldn't be laughing. We can switch off.
Okay.
You should go first, and you'll go last.
Okay. Wait, did you say I should go first and go last? Oh, sorry. Okay. Are we going in chronological order of when we got them, or it doesn't
Yeah.
matter? Okay, I need to pull up my Discogs then, because mine were not like released in Q1.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to preface, I ordered most of these on the Sound of Vinyl like end of year sale where everything was 50% off. So I got all of my like teenage albums that I like wanted to have in my collection that I probably wouldn't have bought like otherwise. So my first one that was delivered because they all came separately, which is like a really good use of packaging. My first one that arrived was Made in the AM. The way that I'm holding this right now.
The vinyl collectors are screaming.
I mean, I never claimed to be a vinyl professional. Made in the AM, standard black pressing. And I'm very excited to have this one. So got that. That was my first one.
I would like to own that album, but even when it was 50% off on that sale, I was like, Jesus Christ, it is so expensive.
I know, but I was finishing out my One Direction
Yeah.
collection. So I was like, because you'll see later, I also got four. Surprise. But I was finishing out my collection and I was like, okay, I'm gonna be mad if I don't buy it
Yeah.
now. Because I was trying to get the Urban Outfitters like blue one, but that one's like really expensive. So I was like,
Yeah.
it's fine. I mean, I still have the vinyl.
Yeah. I don't have a One Direction collection, so I don't have that problem. I've got Harry, but that's all.
Yes. What was your first one of the year that you
All right,
got?
my first one. Um, a little bit of a packaging nightmare. We've got um Taylor Swift, Lover, live from Paris on the two discs, the pink and the yellow swirl, and then the pink and the blue swirl. And I wish that I had a decorative sleeve for this one because,
I really thought about it because people make really cool ones on Etsy.
yeah, if anyone on Etsy would like to send me one, I
We
would like
will,
one.
we will shout you out.
Yeah. So, yeah, this was one that I remember the original drop of that album, and I was like, don't need that. But now I have an entire Taylor Swift collection, and she repressed that, and I was like, well, I guess it's
It's
time.
it's one that's such a like collector's item if you're like a Taylor Swift fan.
It's such a pain to play it though, because you have to line up your needle directly on the point of the heart. So,
Yeah, it's one that I would probably play like a few times a year
yeah.
and that would maybe be it. But it is
I
really
really love it though because it has the live versions of both Cornelia Street and Death by a Thousand Cuts on it, which we got two Lover surprise songs at the Eras Tour in Indianapolis. So
yeah,
it's a
it's
nice little song.
it's really cool to have that one.
Yeah.
My next one, where is she? My next one is Manic Halsey. This was and it's the clear one. I think this is just actually the standard pressing of this one. But I don't really have a reasoning why I wanted to get this other than that I have somewhat of a Halsey collection. And so I wanted to own this one as well. And I also really like a lot of songs on this album. So
I do not have that album, but can you show the pressing one more time?
yeah, it's like perfect for the album. There's other like cooler versions of this for sure, but I was happy with the clear one. So
Yeah, I like that one.
that's my backstory. Your turn.
Nice. I got a lot of signed ones, which is cool. I guess that's like when you're not trying to jack up your collection, the signed ones are cool. So we have The Secret of Us Deluxe, signed by Miss Gracie Abrams. This is um a very treasured one to me. Um and this the second disc, yeah. It has like the etching of
That's so
the sh on it. Um yeah, this is Probably so far this year, this is one of my top played records. It was one of my top played last year when I got the pink standard one. So, um, yeah, this is one of my favorites, and I'm very glad to own this one because now on Discogs, this goes resale for like $150. So,
I know. I had to tell myself that I didn't need that one because I already have the standard edition. However, now I am a little bit sad because the the deluxe songs are some of my favorites. So,
yeah,
but I will
yeah.
live.
And you will see this with another one that I got later. I appreciate the heck out of when artists do deluxe albums and they put all the deluxe songs in order on one disc.
Oh yeah.
Like the regular album is one disc, and then the deluxe probably extends to a second disc, and the second disc is just the deluxe. I love that.
Yeah, because then you could
Thank
just have the deluxe one on the back and like that's probably the one you're gonna play the most.
Yeah.
You're gonna laugh at my next one. So we're continuing on a theme here. I was record shopping with my friends and they were looking for like newer albums. You know, my friend Katie just started like record collecting, so she was trying to get some Taylor vinyls. And I was looking through the used vinyl rack and I said, this has been on my list since I was 14 years old. So it was used and I said, it's my time. So I'm now the proud owner of the 1975 on vinyl and I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, that's a good one. Their best album, in
Their
my
best
humble opinion.
album, in my opinion, as well, and also just like a classic, like, you know, when you first started listening to vinyls again in 2014 and like everybody was obsessed with like Arctic Monkeys in the 1975.
Yeah.
That was like on everybody's like little Tumblr walls. Yeah. So for my teenage self.
I like the clear pressing too.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that this might be one of the standard pressings that they have, but when I had looked at it before, it was like they also had a black one. I don't know. So I was like, clear is cool. I'll get that one.
Yeah, I like that one.
And it was like $15, which is like not really that much of a deal because it still goes for that on Discogs, but I didn't have to pay I didn't have to pay for shipping.
We love not having to pay for shipping,
Yeah,
especially for vinyl because it's like $10.
so expensive.
Speaking of expensive vinyls, the next one that I got is one that never really seems to go on sale, but it is Chapel Roan, The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess. This is the Target one. Yes, I bought it from Target before Target became problematic.
So
Um,
pretty.
yeah, I love this version. And I bought it because I bought it literally during the Grammys. I ordered it during the Grammys after she made her little speech about pay and health coverage and everything for artists because I think that's super sick. Um, and Target does do sales on all of the albums that are nominated for Album of the Year for the Grammy. So it wasn't significantly discounted, but it was discounted. So, but I've been wanting this one for a year.
That one's so
So,
pretty.
yeah.
And we love supporting. We
So
can,
let's recap so far. So far, I've had Taylor Swift, Gracie Abrams, and Chapel Roan, and you've had One
One
Direction,
Direction,
Halsey,
Halsey, and the 1975.
everything you need to know about us as individuals.
Yeah, that really just shows we have so many similar qualities because these are all artists that we both like.
Yeah.
However, I am very much a nostalgic to I really relate to Cool by Michael Clifford because I also am stuck in 2015. Um, my next one we can skip past quickly because I also got Lover Live from Paris. Um, I don't like how mine is packaged at all, but it is what
Ugly, pretty record.
but beautiful, amazing. We already talked about that one.
All right, my next one is one of the few live albums that I own. This is Ashton Irwin, Super Bloom, a live experience. I wish that it would focus better. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Ashton Irwin, Alive Experience, Super Bloom, and this is the red one. This was the standard um version of this album. But um now the only thing standing between me and a complete five sauce and solo collection is Meet You There Tour Live, which I've expressed before that I would like, and Side Quest.
Side quest. We'll be seeing you on vinyl soon, hopefully. Um,
I would like to still request a pink splatter. Thank you very much.
yeah, or like a pink, green, and blue splatter would be really
Yeah.
cool. Um,
Cool.
I realized that I actually forgot one, so I have 10. Um,
All
I
right.
I forgot fruitcake because I
Oh,
got it after Christmas because it was on
yeah.
sale at Amoeba and I really wanted it. So I got the green one because green is my favorite color, one of them. So, and I love this EP. That's all. Merry Christmas.
I have that one too, but I have it on the other color. I have the like the pinkish
Yeah,
burgundy.
because your favorite color is pink.
Yeah.
What's your next one?
My next one is a super cool one. It is Dream Girl by Moody Judy. Um, yeah, Michaela got this one for me at their show that we covered for all the things, which is super awesome. After we interviewed them earlier in the year, and Andrew Pacheco, if you're watching, I got my vinyl.
That one's really cool because
Oh,
it's
and
the first artist that we really got to cover for all the things. And it's gorgeous.
yeah,
And I got to ask them to sign it. So,
yeah, and it's not online. You can only have gotten it at their shows.
yeah, they said it was going to be online, but I haven't seen it pop up yet. So I'm really glad that I was able to buy them.
Yeah.
Um,
Um, I was gonna say something else. Oh, when we were talking to Moody Judy, we had a very visceral reaction to them saying that they were making their first vinyl. So I was clamoring for weeks until I could get my hands on.
oh, I was so scared shipping it to Abby. I was like, this better not get bent.
Right.
So, yeah, very special one to have in the collection. My next one, you know what? This just is getting more and more embarrassing for me. It's just getting
What's
significant.
next?
Next one is actually my first Harry Styles vinyl.
Oh,
And still my only Harry Styles vinyl because I am holding out to get variants of Fine Line and Harry's House because I think I'll be able to get those. But Harry's HS1 is my favorite Harry album. So yeah, that's it. There's no cool story behind it. Half off.
besides cheap.
Besides that it was cheap and everyone should go listen to Only Angel and Kiwi. That's my story.
All right, my next one is another signed one. It is Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco's I Said I Love You First. This is the signed insert. Um, and then the album is in here, and this is the red one. Um, if you do not have this album on vinyl, there's a really cute little thing at the end that is unique to only the vinyl version of this album. And everyone should go listen to actually just go listen to this whole album because it's severely underrated.
I just watched your brain stutter in real time. That was good.
Thanks.
So, anyways, the embarrassment continues for me.
How about you double up this time, dude?
Okay. So,
It's you diving out of the frame every single time.
Okay, so my next one, these ones will actually be fast because it's one that you have as well. So my next one was finishing the One Direction collection. I got four half off. Shout out Sound of Vinyl end of year sale. Um, my One Direction heart is full with that. And then I also got Moody Judy, Dream Girl EP. Beautiful. If you haven't listened, please go.
Amazing.
Hopefully they'll be coming out with their debut album this year.
Um, the last ones that I have are two versions of the same album. So I'll do, how many do you have left? Two.
Two.
Okay. So this is Ariana Grande, Brighter Days Ahead, Eternal Sunshine Deluxe, on the very pretty marble blue. Um, I have my ticket in here. I went to the Chicago screening of the short film. It's really, really good. I enjoyed it immensely, and the event was really, really fun. They gave us popcorn in little popcorn holders that had the album art on it. Um, yeah, so it's fun to have a little keepsake from that experience. Oh, and a fun story about this one is I bought this vinyl at the screening. So, um,
And the whole screening was free.
and the whole screening was free. Yeah. All I paid for was parking and my vinyl. The rest of it was free. So, met some really fun, cool people there too. I went by myself because I did not get tickets on the first drop of them. But I did the morning of. And so I was like, well, I'm just gonna go because I want to go. And yeah, met some friends.
And it was so fun.
It was so fun.
My last two are also not that exciting because one of them Abby also has. So I originally had signed version of Short and Sweet, as you can see here. I still have the signed insert for it, but I really wanted the alternate cover. So when it got restocked, I got this one and I sold my other version of it because I didn't feel like I needed to. But yeah, I got
That
that.
pressing is superior,
Yeah, and it has
needless to say.
needless to say on it as well. So,
So,
which is not on the deluxe. So,
mhm, yeah.
anyways, got that. And then I also got I Said I Love You First. And it's the exact same one. So, big fan.
We love pop.
Yeah, clearly we love pop, we love nostalgia.
My last one is not a vinyl, but it is a physical media. Eternal Sunshine Deluxe, the signed edition, which took some doing to get my hands on. I was on there writing our little announcement of the album, and between when I went on the website to like copy the link to put on the announcement and when I posted the announcement, it sold out. Um, but then I had my suspicion that when she dropped the track list, that she was going to restock, and I was ready, and I got one. Sold
Yeah.
out in 4 minutes.
And Abby was the lucky winner.
Yeah. So yeah, I I'm going to be honest. I'm a little bit regretting not getting the Ivies album on vinyl and having them sign it. I'm regretting it. I
Did
should have done it.
they had it at the merch booth?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I should have gotten it. Should have gotten the vinyl and had them sign it, but it's okay. They're cool and they'll come back. I'll get it
Yeah,
next time.
for sure.
Hey, friends,
If you're seeing this.
please send me a signed vinyl.
Okay, I have
Yeah,
some. Should we do concerts next and then like round it out with albums?
sure.
Okay. I think you went to more concerts than me in Q1, so you can start.
My big one, well, big ones. Um, I went to Kelsey Ballerini live on tour, and I went twice. I went to the Chicago show, which was the second show of the tour, and I went to the Milwaukee show, which was the fourth show of the tour. Um, and I had great seats for both of them. I bought my tickets for the Milwaukee show the day of, and I was literally the front row right by the stage. I was like basically sitting on the stage in the 100s. And one of my favorite stories from that is Marin Taylor, who is Kelsey's opener. Um, we put up the little lights for her during, my sister and I put up lights for her during one of her songs, and it was the first time that she had ever had lights go up for her in arena, and she posted all about it on social media after. So that was really cool. And I in Chicago got to see Carly Pierce come out and do To the Men Who Love Women After Heartbreak, which was also really special. So
That is really cool.
I have loved Kelsey Ballerini for a very long time, and that was really cool. It was literally a span of like 3 days. So they were back
Yes.
to back.
Club. Another club.
Yeah, for real. Um, and I was thinking of going to another show, but various things got in the way. And one of the ones I was thinking about was Vegas, which she ended up canceling. So
Yeah,
sad.
very sad.
Yeah.
My first show that I went to this year was actually Moody Judy. And so that was really cool that my first show was a show that I got to cover.
Yeah.
They were opening up for Arizona. And the whole thing was just like, I mean, I'm not gonna like tell like the whole story, but I was really nervous. But it was really, really exciting and it was really fun. And I got to go up and like thank them for letting us interview them and just like talk to them after and tell them that they did a good job. And it was really cool because Talk Me Down had just came out
Has
that
come
day.
out. Yeah, like the day before.
Like the night before I saw them, Talk Me Down came out. And so that's like one of my favorite songs of theirs. So I was like stoked. Um, and yeah, it was really fun.
When
That
we
was
talk
my,
about top songs of the year so far, Talk Me Down makes the list.
oh, for sure.
Um, After that, so Kelsey Ballerini was my January shows. In February, I went to Nashville and um, got to see a bucket list show for me. I got to see Ringo Starr of the Beatles, um, which was surreal. Um, and it was he put out a country album recently, and in January he did like a special show at the Ryman for the album, and then he was invited to do his Grand Ole Opry debut at the Opry House in February. And I was supposed to go to Nashville in January and see Kelsey Ballerini at the Ryman. But that was when Nashville got pelted with snow and literally everything shut down and flights were canceled and everything. So rescheduled that trip to be when Ringo was doing his Grand Ole Opry debut and got to see the man, the myth, the
Literally a
legend.
living legend.
Um, and it's still like surreal to me that it's like, oh my God, a Beatle in front of my eyeballs. Um, and singing I Get By with a Little Help from My Friends with like the whole cast of the whole show from the Opry who had done like Ringo and Beatles inspired songs throughout the whole show was literally a once in a lifetime kind of a show. So
Yeah.
Ringo.
Um, so my next one, we skipped all the way to, well, I guess, oh yeah. Sorry, I'm like can't even remember what month what month this was. Anyways, I went to see Kelsey Ballerini in San Diego and I had been like thinking about it for a long time. Got tickets the day of. I was so excited. And it was like one of like the production was like insane. That was my first no, that was my first time seeing Kelsey. I had seen her open for the Jonas Brothers. And so I knew that she was really good live, but seeing her do her whole show with like all the production, like it was just incredible. And my surprise song was Homecoming Queen, which I actually had seen her play when she opened up for the Jonas Brothers. So I was like, oh, that was like one of the ones that I was like, hope if she doesn't play, what was the song that I really wanted? Um, I can't remember what it was. But
The Way I Used to.
yes. I really wanted The Way I Used to, but I didn't think she was gonna play it because she hadn't played it like the whole tour.
Yeah.
Um, so I was like, all right, out of the ones that she has been playing, I either wanted To the Men Who Love Women After Heartbreak or Homecoming Queen. So I was excited about that.
I too.
Yeah, those are exactly what you got. So yeah, big fan. Oh, and it was really cool. She walked around the whole arena in San Diego
Yeah.
for Would You? She walked around the entire arena.
Call a car, hop a plane, never
And
drive.
then she got back on stage and she was like, I'm out of breath. And I was like, well, I can imagine.
Thing about Kelsey Ballerini is she is absolutely hilarious during a show.
Oh yeah, she goes when she comes on stage, she's like, there's only 13 shows left of this tour. You know what that means? Shout out to our Lord and Savior, Taylor Swift. And I was like,
Oh
facts.
my gosh, that's really funny.
And then me and Katie go, Taylor Swift's gonna come out, guys. She's gonna come out in San
They've
Diego.
performed together before.
But I was like,
So,
out of all the places, I'm sure it's gonna be San Diego.
yeah. Um, I did not go to any shows in March, which was tragic. I was going to go to both the Driver Era and Role Model, and plans did not work out on those. But those guys are still cool, but didn't go to their shows. Um, but do I count the Ivy?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. So my last one was the Ivy and Lynx, which was my first show that I got to cover for all the things, and it was really fun. Um, like going and seeing them after we'd interviewed them and like we knew each other. Um, and uh, Jackie, who her stage name is Lynx. She was very, very sweet. And I came up from the bathroom and she was like standing in the way to get back into the main room. And I was like, "Is that Jackie?" And she was like, "Oh my gosh, hi." And she gave me a hug. So, and I talked to her after too. And she's, you can tell that like she's just such a person who um, just loves music so much. And I think that that's like a big thing that translates both in her music and just in when we talk to her and her live performances too. Um, and the Ivy, those guys rock.
Yeah.
See them live, that slaps. Yeah.
Um, that's also my last show of Q1 was the Ivy and Lynx. I got to go in San Diego, and it was such an honor that I got to just
Yeah.
go for free. And I didn't cover them, like they just said I could come, and I was like literally felt like an imposter. But yeah, Lynx or Jackie was so nice. I got to talk to her before she went on, and then she actually stood with me during uh the Ivy, and we were like talking and dancing, and she was like, these guys are freaking cool, right? And so
Yeah, they are.
that was really fun. I didn't get to talk to the Ivy because I was having like severe back pain by the end, and I was really tired because my show was super late
Yeah.
compared to a lot of the other shows. I was like, I am too old for this. I need to go home.
I did get to talk to Sean and Wyatt afterward, and they were both very nice. And I was glad that I kind of got to. I mean, I was up there taking my pictures and like basically doing the splits on the floor while I was trying to take their picture because um the stage was like this tall, and you know, got to get those good angles. And so I'm sure that they saw me running around like a weirdo in the front like the
They
whole
couldn't
time.
miss you.
They couldn't miss me, especially when I was like up in Sean's face with my camera, and he looked at me like, "Oh, hey, I know you." But yeah, they were very nice. And I look forward to seeing them again the next time they come to Chicago, hopefully for another sold out show, which Jackie told me that yesterday was their first sold out show of the entire tour. So
That's so exciting.
yeah, ending strong with songs and albums
Of
thus
the
far.
I can't
We
even
do
like,
like two albums and three songs. Is that
yeah,
appropriate? Okay,
I can't even remember like what has come out this year so far. I
I
mean,
know. I've got mine.
okay. Are we doing two each?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. All right, you go first.
Okay, well, my favorite album that has been released so far this year is Mayhem by Lady Gaga.
Oh,
Absolute banger of an album. That is so nerdy of me to say, but um, so many good songs. Back to her pop roots from early on. Um, One of my favorite reviews that I've gotten to put on our site so far. Um, and uh, yeah, like a whole bunch of my favorite songs from the year so far are also on that album. Um, Top contenders being Shadow of a Man and How Bad Do You Want Me and Garden of Eden. All great songs.
and and
I could go on and on about Lady Gaga. Um, and I'm excited to go to the Mayhem tour this fall.
yeah, Abby is so lucky she's going to Mayhem tour. I'm so jealous.
So yeah, that's my top album of the year so far.
I think I feel like my top album of the year so far is Pretty Evil.
Wow. Shout
Like
out Elise. We
I
love her.
really I mean, like, because obviously we got it before it came out, so my streams didn't count for that. But I listened to that. I tired that thing out before I
Yeah.
even got it on Spotify.
Yeah.
And I swear, like, I'll be driving. There's some days where I'm like, I don't know what I want to listen to, like, whatever. And that's like the album that I've just been putting on and like listening to the full album because I like all the songs.
Mhm. Not
So
a single.
not a single skip. I think that would be my top album. I can't, I'm like forgetting the albums, but that
Do
would
you
probably,
have do you have favorite songs on that album?
I do have favorite songs on that album. My favorite songs are Ballerina, Runaway Bride, and probably Leech. Oh, and and Committed for Life.
We have the same favorites,
There's a lot.
but also Cherry on Top
That
is
one is
also
good
my
too. I don't know that it's like my favorite, but like it's really, really good.
yeah.
The guitar on that one slaps. One of my top albums so far this year.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Um, my second favorite album of the year is it's a hard decision because I love Miss Selena Gomez, but I think as a complete album, I think I gotta go with Kate McRae. So close to what?
Yeah.
Um, like she she hit the nail on the head on like dance pop on that one, and I think that the like thematic concept of like so close to what being like about fame and her distance to fame and like how much she lets people know her and how much she lets people in her relationships know her and kind of hiding all of that behind her dance pop facade. Um, it's really good. And her vocals are like the best that they've
So
ever
good.
been.
So
Like
good.
she's she's impressed me a lot with that whole release and everything. And also really excited to see her this fall on the Miss Possessive tour.
What are your favorite songs on that one?
If I'm gonna give a top three, I my favorite is Green Light. My second favorite, I really, really like Siren Sounds, which was the like the one that was
Ah,
added when
yeah.
later. Um, and third is probably Sports Car Rocks, but I think I gotta go with Purple Lace Bra just because it really like draws the whole concept of the album together.
Yeah, I love purple lace bra. Why is that like a tongue twister?
Oh yeah.
I really am having a hard time picking a second album. But I think in terms of albums as a whole, I think that we have to give a shout out to Eternal Sunshine Deluxe
Yeah.
because I feel like I'm like not an OG diehard Ariana Grande fan, but like I really did enjoy the album when it first came out, but I feel like this one really just rounds out the entire story. Like she was like, okay, actually I'm healed and like I have more to
Yeah.
say. And Also, like you guys painted this like nasty picture of me when this album came out, and now I'm like here to tell you kind of the real story. So I really like that one. Granted, I can listen to it more. Abby called me out on my my super fan last week. She was like, I'm not seeing enough Ariana Grande on there.
Yeah, the rate that right now, stats wise, that is my top listened to album of the year, and it's not been out for very long. Um, but I did not put it as number one on my list because it was not a complete album. So
Yeah.
I'll let you you can have it.
I'm putting it as a complete album for me personally because I listen to it more now than I did when the original one came out. So
Very
it completed the album for me personally.
okay, top songs on that one.
Um, I'll do just like the deluxe songs. Dandelion and Hampstead are my favorites. So
Surprised you didn't say Past Life. Maybe that's just me and
I really like that one, but for some reason I just like the storytelling aspect of Hampstead.
yeah,
So
good choices. Although there's not a bad song, honestly, on the entire album.
no, there's not.
I shouldn't say bad because Ariana Grande has no bad songs, but
There's no skips.
there are no skips.
Because for me, like if I'm saying that a song is a skip, it doesn't mean it's a bad song.
No,
It's
it
just like
doesn't.
doesn't hit for me, maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Well, should we do top songs just in general?
sure. Should I just look at my stats FM and see what my
Yeah.
top songs are? Oh.
Mine are not going to be statistically my top songs, but we can go through what's out like right now.
Hmm.
I can count. Should I just name my list?
Yeah. Should I
Okay.
just give a little woo woo if mine's also that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Flashback. Um, Not statistically, but my top song of the year so far, just because I think it's so cute and so fun, is Call Me When You Break Up, Selena Gomez and Gracie Abrams. I listened to that one on repeat when it came out.
Woo woo.
Um, um, Also on the list are Dandelion and Past Life and Twilight Zone, all from Eternal Sunshine.
Woo woo.
Um, and then I think we're gonna, dang it,
There's
I
so
have
many.
too many.
It's okay. Just go with rapid fire.
Cool, Michael Clifford, Talk Me Down, Moody Judy, um, How Bad Do You Want Me, Garden of Eden, Lady Gaga, Dream Girl, Moody Judy, Relationships, Haim,
Hmm.
Cherry on Top, Elise.
Yeah, mine like literally my top three of the year right now, like statistically, are Cool, Death Wish, and Ballerina. So,
Wow.
what else? Dandelion, what else? Leech, I already said that. Honestly, let's give a shout out to Disease on Mayhem.
Yes.
That one is in my top songs. Talk Me Down, obviously, like you said. I feel like there's more that it's not showing me.
I
Hmm.
also have Death Wish by
I don't know. I know I'm forgetting songs that have come out.
How
Uh,
could we forget 15 minutes
I was
and one?
literally just gonna say that. I was literally just gonna say
And Sally when the wine runs out. Hello.
Valley when the wine runs out. Also, what else? What else? I know that I'm missing some.
Also, Old Recliners by Role Model is really good.
Um, Also, you know what's been stuck in my head, like actually nonstop, is Bluest Flame. Like I cannot get it
What
out of
is the
my head.
thing?
I keep playing it in my head. So we'll say
Selena
that.
Gomez and Charlie XCX.
Yeah, I'm having a brat spring. I don't know, man. Lots of good music.
Yeah. And that was just quarter one.
I'm like,
There's so much more.
and now I'm scared because this is when things start getting crazy.
Yeah. Well,
Follow
to
us.
engagement because we're 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 kind of creating community here. Let us know what your favorites were from quarter one and what you're looking forward to in quarter two. Um,
Let us know shows that you're like manifesting happen.
yeah, or
Uh,
even ones that you're going to that we should be going to too. Even though my list of concerts for this year is already at like 18.
yeah, let us know. And if there's albums that we didn't listen to that came out in the first quarter of the year and you were like, you guys are stupid, you need to be listening to this, please comment that as well.
All right.
Follow us on all the things. I'll put the links in the description so I don't have to say them all.
And go to the website. All Most of the albums that we talked about today, and all of the shows. No, not all of the shows. Most of the shows that we talked about. There's coverage.
Go check it out. All the things music.com.
See you next time.